and it wasn't some fake or some tough guy act or trying to have a power trip or whatever. You know, the bullshit that we see coaches do at all levels, homie. Yeah. But he was being simply him. You hear me? But who he was and the players who were around him, they believed in him, man, his every words. They went out on that field every week, every Saturday, and went to war for him. And they felt good about doing it. They didn't second guess or question nothing. Right? Right. Let's get to it, man. Yeah.
And it was premature for me to leave. But at the same time, if I knew that my heart was someplace else in terms of what I wanted to do, I don't think it would have been fair to the organization if I stayed. And that's what.
Yeah, I spoke on this part as well. I'm gonna have to speed it up a little bit. But that part there when he said he goes with what his heart tells him, like I said, similar situation from the way he left at Bama. It was an abrupt leave, really no warning. You know, he didn't give anyone any clues. He just said, "Hey, up," and he's out. So, like you said, he left the Dolphins. He said he admitted it. What he said, "Hey, the way I left may have been wrong, but hey, my heart led me here." You know, so no matter how people or someone may feel about it, he went with his move because of he was following his heart, right? So that tells you right there about Saban and probably the reason why he left Bama the way he did. He knew the NIL was coming, the transfer portal was coming. You think he didn't know all along, right? He knew what he had to go up against. Money, pay for play, team, schools with more Guapino, players not being held accountable. I mean, he talks about it right now on ESPN, Pat McAfee, all of them. You know, he always speaks on the NIL transfer portals, right? About how it has affected college football in a negative way. And let me reiterate it, dog. I gotta say it time after time again. It's not about not wanting players to get paid. Yeah, they should get paid. No cap, no shit. Sherlock, duh. What the hell? Is this a gimmick? Is this a joke? They should definitely get paid. Once again, do you want them to crash out? You know what I mean? How much are we talking? How much paper are we talking? Right? And now it's getting to a point where that's all they're enticed by, man. They're letting the money, the guapino, the material things, right? The jewelry, the clothes, right? The fame, ultimately the money, man, lead them, right? Lead them to the school they want to play for. Maybe lead them away from the school they actually want to go to, right? Enticed by the money, dog. The material, the shine, the promises, all that. So it's no longer the same game in Saban. His heart told him it was coming. So I guarantee that's why he left the way he did. He had enough of it. But they must be very careful, man. You don't want to turn college football into a gambling game, man, where it's all about money, where players no longer have any integrities and principles. They can be led like sheep anywhere for the right amount, for the right price, be controlled like cattle, huh? Follow the trail of the money, follow the trail of the money. Come on, man, that's not really right, right? Yeah. So, like I say, bro, boom. Nick Saban definitely knew what was coming. He expressed it. He expresses it now. Let's get into it, Brad. Be no cap.
Wayne and I talked about, we communicated, and we both kind of agreed that that would be the best thing that we could do.
Coach.
Well, I want to hire the best staff that we possibly can. Okay, and we've already started, to hire some people. We've got some other people coming in, but I don't think hiring a staff is something that you really put a timetable on. When you're trying to get the best people, there's a process and a procedure that you have to go through, and we're not going to take shortcuts to hire somebody because once you...
You hear what he said? You want the best staff. You want to get the best staff, the best men for the job. Yeah. That's why I say Deboer, K-Dog making the moves he did, firing Coach Cap, right? Even if it may have been a tough decision for whatever reason. But it won't be the only tough decision he will have to make. He will have to make more. They may be abrupt ones, but at the end of the day, bro, he has to make a decision, and K-Dog has done that. So when I say I think he's understanding, he's starting to get it even more now, because he's still going through a growing process, right? Boom. He's in a whole new conference, in a whole new realm of the college football realm, a whole new level of it, I should say. So he's still adapting and learning things of the game.
You get married to them, you know, they're here, you know, you're with them. So I'd rather get the best people, do the due diligence that we have to do to get the best people, and then end up having the best quality of staff, recruiting staff, coaching staff, teaching staff that we possibly can. So we want to do it as quickly as possible, all right, but we also want to do it as efficiently and effectively as possible to get the best product.
Coach Cecil Hurt from the Tuscaloosa News. Just as a follow-up, when did you initially become aware that there was an opportunity at Alabama, and what was your initial emotional reaction upon hearing that?
Well, obviously the timetable for me was there was interest after Coach Shula was dismissed. I was in the season and said that I was not interested because my commitment and focus was to our team and our players to give them the best opportunity to win each week. And somebody else got hired, all right, and that was fine. And then for a long time, nothing happened. And the assumption was made that there was some interest on my part. But I stayed focused to our team and what we needed to do each week to give our team the best chance to be successful. And I'm quite frankly proud that our team beat New England and played two really good football games against the Jets in Indianapolis, even though we came up short during that time. And that was my focus, and that was the process that I went through. Not until after the Indianapolis game did Jimmy tell me that there was an opportunity here, that people were interested in me here specifically, all right, and that the possibility of me being the coach here did exist. And not until about 6 o'clock on Monday, after the Indianapolis game, did I decide to talk to Mal, talk to him on the phone. I never had a meeting with him, just talked to him on the phone. So that's kind of the sequence of events for me. That's the timetable. Terry and I decided after talking to Mal that we would think about this. We thought about it for a day and made a decision that this is where our heart was, and this is what we wanted to do. And it's a great challenge, a great institution, and we're certainly happy to be here.
Given that you have had several different coaching stops in a relatively short amount of time, do you plan on staying 8 years in Alabama? If so, how long?
Well, let me just say this. My next stop, you know where Lake Burton is? It's in North Georgia, right on the North Carolina border, Rabun County. All right, it's a lake.
Yeah, I've seen this already. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Might just like to play from here, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna just let it rock, man. Pay attention, though. Pay very close attention, man. Yeah, Roll Tide.
It's where they made Deliverance, if you ever saw the movie. All right, that's where I go in the summertime. That's where I like it, and that's my next stop. All right, so as long as the people here are committed to trying to win, I'm going to want to be the coach here. And at some point in time, maybe somebody else can do it better. And if that time comes, that's where I'm going, Lake Burton. They don't have a football.
You already said, I'm going to do it as long as people are committed to winning here, to everybody, as long as everyone is on the same accord, committed to winning. And he said when he leaves, another coach may come in and do it the same way or better. You know, that's where K-Dog comes in, right? Right. And doing it on a SABAN level or doing it at a high elite level or a great level, leaving a real legacy, it won't look the same as Saban, the route he went, man. No. But Kalen Deboer can do it in his own way, like Saban just said. You know, he can do it better right now in the realm of college football. Now, you know, he could go on to win multiple national championships, right? 2 or more. That would be legacy in this room of college football. Oh, hell to the yeah. You hear me? No cap. That would be real legacy for Deboer. You know, winning plus natties in this age, this era, will damn near be unheard of, right? No cap. So, like I said, him and Saban had different obstacles to go up against. But they both had obstacles, whatever the matter may be. Saban adapted very well. But the later it went on, he started to see, and he said, hey, his next stop is what? Wherever that place is in Florida, where he goes for the summer to relax. And there's nothing going on per piece, so per baby, so per. And that's what it is with him. Man. And he like I say, he knew it was no longer just about winning when the money was involved. He knew it wasn't fair ball anymore, fair game anymore when the money became involved. But K-Dog, it's your time to get it right. Let's get it, baby. Are you the coach he was speaking of?
All team there. We got a pontoon boat, though. A good one.
Coach Saban, Kirk McNair, Bama Magazine. Did you have any conversations with any previous Alabama head coaches? And if so, could you share any of that?
Yes, I talked to Gene Stallings. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Coach Stallings, who I know I've had a few stops along the way, but when I was a head coach at Michigan State, he spoke at our clinic. I knew him when he was in the professional ranks as a secondary coach at Dallas, as well as a head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. So then when I was at LSU, we had him speak at our clinic at LSU. So we had a history of talking ball, being around each other. When I got the Bear Bryant Award to be Coach of the Year, Coach Stallings was there, and we sat together with Kenny Stabler. And so there was some storytelling going on in that bunch. So I did think that after I talked to Mao on Monday or Tuesday, I don't know which day it was, I did talk to Coach Stallings and just ask his opinion, right, of what he thought about this coaching opportunity. And he was very candid. We had a great discussion. He obviously had a tremendous amount of success here and won the national championship. And it was helpful to myself and Terry in making this decision.
Coach Tom Murphy, Mobile Press Register, right here. You've had some heated battles against Alabama in your past at LSU. I recall the post-game 2002 in Baton Rouge. I'm wondering what your impressions were of Alabama when you were there and since then.
How come you only bring up the game you won? We won 4.
True competitor, man. He was a true competitor, dog. He said, "Why you only bring up the games you won?" Shout out Nick Saban, bro. You hear me? Roll Tide.
No, that was a very good football team that Alabama had that year. And, like always, it's unfortunate when things get posted that aren't true. I never said anything bad about the University of Alabama after the Kentucky game and or anything like that. And that was the motivating factor for their team. I think they had a better team than us. And they certainly played well that day and beat us. And I think Coach Fran is an outstanding coach and did a very good job here to win 10 games with that team. But, it's unfortunate that things that are rumor and innuendo and maybe aren't true, once they get out, you can't control them, even if they aren't true, and it affects people's relationship.
Big statement there. I mean, that's going on so prevalently today. That was back then, man. You know what I mean? It's been going on, right? Hell yeah, bro. Now the social media era, social media room, we know exactly what he's speaking of, right? Right. Rumors, fake news, fake reports, they get permeated through the world quickly and swiftly, right, man? Whether it's real news or false news or blatant lies, it gets pushed through the media, through the world at a higher level even now, especially with the realm we're in. Babylon, stay aware, baby. I repeat, Babylon, stay aware, right? Right. But Nick Saban just broke it down, dog. You know? So this type shit been going on, huh? Yeah.
I think that's unfortunate.
Nick, Josh Cooper, Decatur Daily. What do you know about the team that you're about to start coaching, the program, and are you going to be making any sort of changes to practices or, just?
Well, we have a way that we do things, and that's the way we'll do them. I mean, I got the practice schedules that we use on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that's the way we'll do it. It's worked in the past. We've been successful in the past. We have an off-season program. We have a strength and conditioning program. We're going to do things that we think we need to do to give the players the best opportunity to be successful. I have not been able to evaluate the team. I did not see this team play in the bowl game. We were either practicing or playing someplace or whatever. I have not had the opportunity since getting here yesterday to evaluate any of that. But that's a part of the process. That's a part of what we need to do. Try to get the best 22.
The process, man, that was Saban, all Saban, the process. Deboer, K-Dog needs his own type of process. Not saying it has to be the Saban way or same form or frame, but he needs his own program, dog, regimen. Now, I know they got the fourth quarter thing, but bruh, whatever it is, it needs to be legit. He needs to put them through a real gauntlet, get them boys right, get them boys ready for the battle, bruh, of college football, period, no cap. We need more physicality consistently, man. We need more aggression consistently, man. More effort, man, consistently, man. Saban changed all of that. He tore it all down. Huh? And he was really walking into a tough situation. But he rebuilded it quick, bruh, boom, early, man. And Saban can definitely have success as long as he continues to make and take the right steps. Firing Chris Kapalovic was a great first step, but now you need more. I'm going to keep saying it, bro. He has to look at everyone around him. His staff, his strength and conditioning coaches, bro. All of the above.
Guys on the field, try to give everybody the best opportunity to compete for those positions. And regardless of what a guy's done here in the past, everybody's got a clean slate and they have an opportunity to compete for their position. There'll be no depth chart. Everybody will have a chance. And, but even when you don't have a depth chart, the first team guys always run out there. So everybody knows who the best guy.
You hear what he said? And that shows his brilliance, homie, as well. He really just broke it down. Facts. He said it was no depth chart. The best men would be on the field. It's a smart way to put it. And then what he said, let me bring it back a little bit. Pay attention, bro. Don't let it go over your head. I repeat, don't let it go over your head. Blood red, cold red. Homie, blood red, cold red. Oh, yeah. Bitch, yeah. Roll Tide.
Of Alabama when you were there and since then.
Pay close attention, man.
How come you only bring up the game you won? we won.
A little too far, yeah.
I never said anything bad about the university.
What do you know about the team that you're about to start coaching, the program, and are you going to be making any sort of changes to practices or, just?
Well, we have a way that we do things, and that's the way we'll do them. I mean, I got the practice schedules that we use on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that's the way we'll do it. It's worked in the past. We've been successful in the past. We have an off-season program. We have a strength and conditioning program. We're going to do things that we think we need to do to give the players the best opportunity to be successful. I have not been able to evaluate the team. I did not see this team play in the bowl game. We were either practicing or playing someplace or whatever. I have not had the opportunity since getting here yesterday to evaluate any of that. But that's a part of the process. That's a part of what we need to do. Try to get the best 22 guys on the field. try to give everybody the best opportunity to compete for those positions. And regardless of what a guy's done here in the past, everybody's got a clean slate and they have an opportunity to compete for their position. There'll be no depth chart. Everybody will have a chance. And, but even when you don't have a depth chart, the first team guys always run out there. So everybody knows who the best guys are.
Boom, that part right there, what he said. Even when you don't have a depth chart, bro, the first team guys always run out there. So the players decide, right? The Warriors decide, baby. Boom. Now, isn't that a brilliant idea? You know what I mean? No depth chart, homie. The best men will be on the field, period, homie. No cap. That's what I mean with K-Dog, man. If young boys are better, put young boys in. Don't worry about who are freshmen and being over loyal and who's been there longer and this and that. Man, who gives a damn, homie? Yeah. You come to win or come to play, Deboer. Huh, K-Dog? I repeat, homie, you come to win or come to play. Let me maximize my screen right quick, man. You hear me? Boom. Huh? Because this serious business here, man. Serious business. But you come to win or play, Deboer. Forget all that favoritism. I don't care what booster paid what. I don't care if you got an 8th year, 7th year senior in the building. If it's a freshman that's busting his ass, huh? If it's a sophomore that should be starting, huh? Yeah. Even if he has a slight advantage, he should be in. Once again, I repeat, do you want to lose or win, Deboer? Huh? K-Dog, my boy? What the hell do you want to really do? But just another way that Nick Saban shown his brilliance. Little certain small strategies, bro, to even get his players competing at more of a high level, and they don't even know it, huh? Yeah. You see the difference, baby? You see what great coaching looks like? Huh? I know my boy Dre has said, he said I had what he said, Nick Saban hangover. No, man, it's just about showing the real, Dre. Dog? Showing people in the world, what the real standard was, man. Yeah. You hear? No cap. Shut up, my dog Dre, though, man. Roll Tide, October 17th is going down. We lighting them cigars up. You hear me, Dre? We lighting them cigars up, baby, in your town, my boy. Huh? Roll Tide, man. But yeah, put the best man on the field, man. Yeah, no hesitation about it, bro. Yeah, fuck going on around here. But Saban, that Saban mind, bro, that Saban resiliency, homie, that Saban competitive spirit, right? Yeah. Ooh, man, gotta really love it. Let's get back in it, man. Heavy.
Coach, Robert O'Shields from WAK, back here in the back. If I was a recruit on the fence, right here, Coach, on the recruited by Alabama or Auburn or somebody on the fence, what would you do to woo me to stay here in Alabama for the next 4 years, and that you would be here?
Well, I think that we have a pretty good track record of recruiting. And I think recruiting is all about attention and relationships with people and developing trust. And, at Michigan State, I think they were 3-8. We ended up 10-2. In the 5th year there with the team that is the first team since 1965 that beat Ohio State, Notre Dame, Michigan, and Penn State in the same year and beat Florida in the Citrus Bowl. LSU was 3-8 when we went there. In the 2nd year, we won the SEC championship. But in the 4th year, with the team of players that we had recruited, we won the national championship. And I think the players that you saw play last night for LSU were primarily players that were recruited when I was there, whether it was Jamarcus Russell, Early Doucette, Craig Davis, Dwayne Bowe, LaRon Landry. I mean, they all were players that were recruited when I was there. So I think that people need to understand that this is kind of the last stop for us. And I think that the University of Alabama has a lot of resources, and I'm going to go back to that mission statement and say that this program will help them develop best as people, best opportunity to get an education, best opportunity to play on a winning football team that will be a champion, that will develop them to their full potential, and also the best place for them to launch their career when they leave. And I think those things should be the reasons that they come to this institution, and we'll have good people.
Firm and direct with it, and he believed in it. And